Good morning. Beautiful morning here in Georgia. Birds are singing. We know who they're singing to. So wonderful day. This is not a knife or leather video. Yes, I'm gonna be down here today doing some leather work, but it is not a knife, which I'm gonna do a knife video here shortly, but this one is not about knives. It is about a wing bone call. And this is a handmade wing bone call, and it came from a male turkey, a gobbler or a tom, that was killed by me. And so just watch some YouTube videos and learn how to make them. So that's what you do with it. But it's real loud outside, you know. You have to make a kissing noise. So the story behind these things is, I guess it's okay to say Indian, Native American Indian. So the Indians, whatever tribes, you know, there was a lot of game, and they didn't waste anything. They used everything. Like if they killed a wild turkey for meat, and the meat is excellent, they would use the feathers. They would use they'd use the feathers for their head, for their feathers, you know. And they would use the bones. They'd eat the meat. They'd use the bones, make tools with them. And they also figured out how to make a wing bone call. Figured out how to make a wing bone call. They would take pine sap, and this is just what I've read. They'd take pine sap and do the joints. Now, I've got two here, and I'm making these for a guy I go to church with that killed a pretty good gobbler. So you take the wing bones, you clean them, and you cut them, and you have to bolt. There's 3 bones in there you use. Right here is a big socket that is attached to the wing and the feathers and to the body. Turkeys can fly 50 miles an hour for 100 yards, so pretty big bird to be flying like that. So you cut your bones, and then you put some borax and some dawn into a boiler, and then you boil them. You try to get all the meat off. You know, you have to scrape some of it, cut some of it off. You have to get the bone marrow out of here. And just to show you God knows what he's doing, he made one end of the wing bone in the small bone oval shaped. This end is round. So the oval shape fits in your lips. Fits in your lips. So he knows what he's doing. So I've cut these, got them glued last night. This one's all glued up. You cut them, you boil them, clean them, get the bone marrow off, then you trim them down to make them fit. So you can see right here, this is, and I always put a little artwork on mine, you know. And this thing, I've been using this thing, I guess, about 4 years. And it works. It's one of my main calls. But I just put a little artwork on there, you know, put my name. 2021, so 2 years, I guess. Almost 3. So, and so the first thing you do after you get everything ready and get it cleaned, you go ahead and sand the bones, sand them down. Still got a little bit of meat I have to get off of this, but I use my knife on it. I still gotta clean this up a little bit more on the inside, but both of them I gotta do that. But I went ahead and got them glued, and I use I use a Gorilla Glue that's like a permanent glue, clear. So I use that. So once they glue, then the next step is you can take some wood epoxy, and this is what I use. Plastic wood. You can use wood epoxy, plastic wood, whatever. Plastic wood is sandable. You want something that's sandable, because what you do, you put this on and you mold it, and it fills in the cracks, because this thing has to be, you got to seal these off so you'll get the good tone from it. You don't want air leaking out right here. So you put these on, and then you'll just take some sandpaper and sand it real nice and smooth. So when you do that, after you get that done, then you can take some like this one, and I'll show you once I get that process going. You can take this, and you take which I put black on this one. So you take thread, and you just wrap it around it real tight like this. You just build it up, and then once you get the thread all the way wrapped, then you just take and you get a small amount of Permabond or glue, and just kind of rub it on there to hold the thread down. You can see the shiny glue. So you do that to hold the glue down, and then once that's done, you let it dry, and then basically you're done, except for putting, if you want to put some artwork with the person's name. Now, I'm gonna put the guy's name. I'm gonna put 2023, because he killed this turkey. So I've got 2 sets of wing bones. I got a set from each wing. So, but it'll look similar to this. The artwork will be different, and the thread will be different. I think I'm gonna use this tan thread for him. But this is drying. So once this gets dried, then I'll sand it smooth, and see, it's ready. And I've had turkeys to gobble this. I've had them come in. The one I killed this year, harvested. I harvested it this year. It came into this. This is a good one to use when they're on the roost, because it's loud. It's loud, and it's real crisp. But it's just you think about it, how cool it is that you can harvest or kill a turkey, or whatever, however you want to say it. I'm gonna say kill a turkey because I killed it. Okay, shot it with a shotgun. So if I offend, I may get banned from YouTube for saying that, but I don't care. I'm over it. But so you can make these, and from a bird you took, and you can use it turkey hunting. And like I said, you can see how this is flatter here, the ends of this, or the other end is round. Now, God knew what he was doing. He made certain things. So this one still, the glue's hard on this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the wood filler, plastic wood on it. And basically you just take you some here, and you just take it and you just fill it in right here, go around it, just kind of pack it in. You want it right there over the crack. So you want it over the crack. And all I did was watch YouTube videos. I watched a guy called Catman, and he's a big turkey hunter. He's a lot younger than I am, but watched him make one, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna make me one. just get it packed. You just get it packed around in there, and like I said, I use the Gorilla Glue that's clear, and once I put the glue around the tube, around the bone, and stick it in, then I go around the seam right here with a little more of it. It helps seal it off. This stuff ain't wanting to cooperate for some reason. So you just get it around like that. Now I'll sand this thing. It'll look a lot better because this stuff is sandable. So you can just get it packed around there like that, and fill it in. I know there's probably a lot of you on here that don't turkey hunt, and that's fine. But it's just something to, you know, let people know what you can do. You know, I'm sure there's some knife guys that turkey hunt. But to get these wing bones, you got to harvest one, or you got to have somebody that'll harvest it and give you the wing. So I know a lot of turkey hunters. I've got 2 more wings out in the building from the one I killed. So I'm gonna make my brother one. And I'm gonna probably put one on Etsy to sell, see if it sells. So once this dries, I'm just gonna sand it, and then I'll put the thread on there. And once I do that, it'll once I do that, I'll get the thread and wrap it around, and then use the glue on that, and it'll be completely sealed off. Won't no air get out of these joints right here. Plus, that's another way to make it. It just makes it look better too, you know. Some people don't do it. Some people just use the glue and they're done with it. You know, if you want to make a simple one, you can also make these shorter too, or you can just use this one and this one. But I like the longer one. It seems like they sound better, you know. So you just keep packing this stuff, you know, kind of working it around. It's sticky, it gets all over your hands, but you just keep kind of packing it around. Just pack it around and get it sealed off. Plastic wood actually has some wood particles in it. So we got this packed. Then I'll sand it with some fine sandpaper, and if I have to, I'll put a little bit more on there. I will have to maybe put a little bit more. And just be kind of easy with it and just work it. And it'll turn out good. You know, I don't know how many of you guys out there turkey hunt. You know, if you do, you know, and you want to make a wing bone call, just get on YouTube. You know, process is pretty easy. It's not that hard to do. So I'm gonna let this one dry. And once it dries, like I said, once these 2 dry, then I'll sand them. And we'll be good to go. But it really makes a great sounding call. You know, I think something a lot of turkey hunters don't want to do. Now I've bought, they call them trumpet calls. It's a wooden trumpet call. It's basically the same thing as a wing bone call, but it's straight and it's made out of wood and plastic. You know, still the same effect. You with your lips like that. So, but these, to me, these sound better. You can cluck with them. And it's louder outside. When you're outside up on top of a hill, it's louder. So you can do that. But, so anyway, that is my wing call video, my not a knife video. So, any turkey hunters out there, let me know what you think. And I appreciate you, and y'all have a good Saturday. It's Mother's Day weekend. I hope all of y'all have your mothers. Mine's gone, but I remember, you know, every day I remember. So, I just, you know, you miss them. You miss them. You never get over your mother leaving, passing away. Something you'll never get over. You'll get over, but you know, they're always in your mind, in your heart. So, y'all have a great Mother's Day, all the mothers out there. So, God bless you, and hope y'all have a great weekend. Be safe out there.